I was born to fish. It's an obsession that consumes my life. As a fishing journo and photographer, I go to the greatest lengths to get the shot.
Get in the boat, Alex!
Join me as I travel the world in search of fishing heaven.
Oh, yeah!
I didn't give him any line that time. I've wanted to catch one of these all my life. Wetting a line with some of the best fishos on the planet. Joe the Rooster. How's the serenity? In fishing, you have your good days and you have your bad days. This is the ultimate bucket list for fishing.
This is insane. The storms are going up around.
Fishing is much more than just catching fish. Double. It's about sharing the adventure with your mates.
You caught an Aussie. G'day, mate.
I'm McGlashan, and this is Fishing with Mates. Woohoo! This week, I've travelled to Orlando, Florida, home of the largemouth bass. Which seems appropriate as the Yanks are about to meet a big mouth Aussie. Hey, buddy, how are you? Which bit do you need? License. And some tips for driving on the wrong side of the road.
Oh, boy.
I got into the passenger seat. This is not a good start.
That's all right.
Florida is one of those places, it's always in the top 10 for fishing. And I think it's the variety of fish you get there that, you know, you can catch everything. They've got tarpon, they've got snook, but also they've got some amazing bass fishing in the freshwater side of it. And I tell you what, they've got millions of lakes. But before I can wet a line, I'm stopping off at the biggest fishing trade show in the world, ICAST. And as you can tell, I'm just a little bit excited. Have a look at that. Bloody hell, that's huge. Only in America. So arriving at ICAST, I really didn't know what to expect. But I didn't even get in the front door and I was already blown away. Like, it was big from the outside. And once I got in, it was huge. Trying to look trendy, putting sunglasses on. So ICAST is where they really release all the new products for the next season. So there's that buzz around it, that pure excitement. And yeah, there's a level of energy throughout the whole show, you know, and you walk around, and because it's huge, you're just walking down, there's new gear here, there's new gear there, and of course you're meeting all these people. Some guys you even, you know, my old mates that you catch up with, and then all these new people. But because you're all fishermen, you're on the same level, I suppose. But the highlight was meeting up with the legendary fishing presenter, Bill Dance. I've always dreamed about making fishing shows, like, and hosting them and producing them. Bill has been fishing TV icon, I think, for almost 50 years. So he pretty much started it. I reckon for the first time in my life, I was a little bit starstruck, I'll have to admit it. Bill, absolute pleasure to finally meet you.
Well, it's great to be here.
You're one of the first people to make fishing TV, literally. What inspired you?
Well, I was working for a tackle company, and the owner of the company came to me one time and he said, Bill, we need a television show. And I said, well, great, who are we going to get to do it? I know a perfect guy. And he went, no, we want you to do it. And I went, what? Me doing a television show would be like pouring perfume on a pig. I said, it's just totally out of character.
So what's your secret to a good fishing show?
You know, times have changed and we've moved a long way, but the one thing people wanted more than any other single factor was the education. How to catch fish in muddy water, how to catch fish in clear water. Why do you use that style of hook? And that's what the fishermen wanted to learn.
And of course, no show wouldn't be complete without bloopers. What's the funniest one that you can...
There's jillions of them. Tripped and knocked the cameraman out of the boat, and you know, $70,000 worth of equipment is just going right out in the lake.
In the bottom of the lake.
Oh yeah, had cameras, big cameras, sitting on jibs, and turn around and have a camera swing, hit me right in the face, and knock me completely over props, and you name it, it's happened.
You've made thousands and thousands of episodes. What keeps you there? What keeps you going?
It's the only life I know.
Yep.
And I'm just so glad that I was able to choose a profession, a hobby, that I was able to turn into a profession, and to be able to teach people some of the great things that I've learned about this great sport we call fishing.
And so they get better at fishing.
Absolutely, to help them catch more fish.
Bill, for a fishing presenter like myself that's following your footsteps, it's been an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. Thank you.
Al, it's been a great pleasure, buddy.
It was great mixing it up with the Yanks, but I was even more stoked to catch up with Aussie Bass Pro, Carl Jacobson. Ah, there he is. There's the man I want to see. Carl, how are you, buddy?
Mate? Good to see you.
I have to come all the way to Orlando to see you
I
now.
know, you travel a little way, but I think it'll be worth it.
Carl has been smashing it over here on the Elite Bassmasters Pro Circuit. And what's better, he wants to take me fishing. I'm going to catch on these bass. Now, I've never caught a... Hang on, I've caught smallmouth, largemouth.
Yep, that's what we're
Largemouth?
chasing. Florida strains, so these ones are the ones that grow big. They're some of the biggest bass in the whole country here
Really?
in Florida. Yep.
Now, what are we going to do? Where's the place to go fishing around here?
There is literally thousands and thousands of lakes within, you know, an hour from here, but we're going to go to Lake Toho. There's some really big bass in there. They're Florida strains, so they grow big, and we're going to frog fish and try and sort them out, and we'll have fun.
That sounds awesome. Now, let's spend less time talking about it and go and catch one of these
Sounds
bastards.
good. Let's go.
So as good as ICAST is, the opportunity to go fishing with Carl, well, that's just too good to refuse. So Carl brings me to Lake Toho in Florida, which is home to some of the biggest largemouth bass, not just in Florida, but in the country. There you go. Come and show me where these bass are.
All right, back her in. Let's go fishing. Let's go and do it.
So how long have you been doing this for now?
This is my fifth year in America, so...
Because you were blitzing in Australia. That's what spurred you on, I suppose.
In
wasn't it?
2009, I won our grand final, and that got me the trip to America to kind of see what it was like. And then when I came over, I just sort of loved the fish and the tournaments, and made the decision to have a go.
Give it a go.
Al's come a long way from Australia. We're here in Orlando, Florida, home of big largemouth bass. You know, I really want to get him onto a good one, especially like casting that braid over all those lily pads, because a lot of guys just won't believe that they come through that and eat it. All right, this looks pretty good. We've got some lily pads in behind there and some grass. We'll try here and
Bloody
give it a
beautiful.
go.
So what's our technique?
We're going to frog fish. So we've got lily pads in the back and we've got grass, and these fish get right back in the real thick stuff, and we're throwing it right over as much stuff as we can.
So what are we expecting here? It's just largemouth, really?
Yep, pretty much all largemouth.
So Carl might be Australia's best bass fisherman. But, you know, how hard are they to catch, really?
Yep, there you go.
Woohoo!
First one.
That's what we want to see.
Yep, it's a good one. I'm gonna swing him up. Ready? Oh, yeah.
You swing him in, mate. No landing net, nothing.
Nah,
Have a look at that.
that's what he did to it. That was awesome.
So that's a largemouth bass.
There you go. Florida strain largemouth bass. They're very finicky, but they react quickly when you do the right thing.
So we put them in the live well here, don't we?
Yep. We've got 2 tanks at the back there. He'll stay alive, and when you catch your giant, we'll get a
We'll get a photo with both of them.
Sounds good.
Right, now I'm going to catch one.
Largemouth bass just eat so many different techniques, and this boat is literally full of so many different things.
This is a speedboat set up for fishing. This was like a NASCAR. How fast do you go?
In miles now, it's like 75 miles an hour.
But you need that now. That's for the tournaments. That's not because you're rev head or something.
No, just these lakes are so big. A lot of the time you're doing a lot of travelling, and you know all that travel time is cutting into
into fishing, into catching.
Yep.
Well, it's not even fishing time; it's catching time, isn't it?
Yep. I can see Al's a bit competitive, but I think he doesn't know who. I'm like the most competitive person on the planet, so we're 1-0 up already. He doesn't know that I've just got like the worst lures on his line, but he's a bit trusting.
So what's the actual technique we're going to use today?
This is frog fishing. We've got braid straight through.
So no leader at all on it?
No leader. And they think it's a bluegill, baitfish, frog. They mistake it for anything, but we're going to throw it into the back of all
Into
these.
that?
Yep.
So Carl competes in the Elite Series. Now, this isn't just any old tournament. This is the top 100 bass fishermen in the world. And he's the first Aussie in it. He's in there with the big boys, like he's playing with the big guns.
The only
only Australian ever to qualify for the Bassmaster Elite Series, rolls out on Championship Sunday with the love of a country on his shoulders, Carl Jacobson.
So Bassmaster is the pinnacle of bass fishing in the whole world. It's the largest bass fishing corporation, the largest tournaments, the highest payouts, and they cut it off at 100. The elites are the top 100 guys in the world, and they compete for $100,000 every second week. They fish for $500,000 on the Bassmaster Classic. At the weigh-ins, they have stadiums packed with screaming fans, or no one from any country that doesn't have largemouth bass has ever made it. It's almost impossible because you're fishing against guys that have generation after generation fished for largemouth in America. The only way to get there is to finish in the top 5 Angler of the Year out of the Bassmaster Opens. So there's like a footstep, you know, up to there.
Carl might be a bit of a rock star on the international stage, but today he faces his biggest challenge. They don't call me Bassmaster McGlashan for nothing.
Yeah. Oh, little guy. Oh, it's a one of those Grenell. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Have a look at that.
A little guy, but these things are mean.
What a crazy looking fish.
Yeah.
Holy cow, look at that freaky looking thing.
Wait, do you see the teeth on them? They are mean.
Yeah, they're not that pretty looking
Yeah.
thing, but it's got some teeth in there.
Yeah, I know they're a bit wild to handle, so I'm like that. I'm gonna have to grab some pliers and
Grab him for you. Come here.
I'll just
Now, normally I'd be holding them gently and easily, but what do? They bite you.
Yeah, they got crazy looking teeth.
So what is this, a Grenell?
Yep, they're Grenell, bowfin or mudfish. You know, they're just different parts of the country, that's what they call them. I think they're a relative like of the snakehead. They got a mean set of chompers on them and they swim around eating all sorts of bait fish.
And that's an imported species?
I'm pretty sure, yep.
That's not a bass, so it doesn't count, does it?
Nah, yeah, it does. 2 numbers, 2-0.
There you go, so you didn't have to bite me after. Oh. Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, they do try and bite you.
Bloody scary. So in fishing, I deal with big fish that bite, but not something little like this that turns on you and tries to latch onto you. Still only 1 all.
Your turn. If you'd just catch a bass, would be good. We'd have a shoot.
What are you saying?
It's not that hard.
Here I was thinking Carl was a top bloke, but little did I know what was really going on.
You got a lure that actually works there now, so that should help you.
You're telling me this now?
I've never caught a fish on any of that stuff that you're using this morning.
Rightio. Game on, buddy. When I catch this big fish,
Yeah.
when I win, you've got to run nude round the ramp. That's the plan.
I better change lures then.
So with a scorecard of 2-0, I really need something to shake up the action. But this wasn't the answer.
Now this dude's gonna fly in. Look at him go. This guy's
Oh, wow.
winging it.
My God, that's so noisy. Surely that scares the fish.
We're gonna test the theory now.
We are testing. Scares me. Check this guy out. My God, they are so noisy. So these airboats, they're like floating hairdryers, but they're going at warp speed.
That's why the fish don't worry about it, because it's like every 5 minutes.
You're not freaking wrong. Holy. I don't know how the hell we're ever going to catch a bass with this going on. Come on, you little bastards, bite. So, Carl, I suppose I should point out to you, remember, this show is Al McGlashan's Fishing with Mates, not Al McGlashan's Catching Fish. And I think we pretty much proved that title very well today. And, you know, at the end of it, I reckon it's me being just charitable and nice and just letting you catch all the fish.
I thought that's what you're doing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and me catching absolutely nothing. So I didn't realise the sacrifices this young fella has made to come over here to compete on this circuit. Like, it's a massive, massive challenge, and he's taken on like an Aussie battler. And you look at it, I know, those people that have made it, they all the same, whatever it is, whether it be sportsmen.
Yep.
They're all working non-stop, they're so focused, and there's massive sacrifices along the way.
Yep, yep. And just being away from a family and friends, you know, for was 26. I was 26 when I first moved over here, and my best friends, my family, you know, they were everything, you know, and then just that was gone, you know. So just being in a foreign country, not knowing whether you've got what it takes, and most people telling you you're crazy, that it's impossible to do, because most people that live here haven't done, you know, can't even do it because it's that hard. But at the end of the day, those big days like what happened at Gunnersville and making the elites, and the support that I've got from my family makes it all worthwhile. It is a lot of pressure, but you kind of try and definitely put that out of your mind before you get out there.
You've got to focus, don't you?
Definitely have to be 100% focused.
And when it's on, you might win it in the space of, 10 minutes. The whole,
Yep.
get on. Do you catch them like, do they school it all, or is it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, every lake is different, and that's why these fish are so difficult. I'm fishing a different state and different lake, every second week. You have to do a lot of study, work out what bait, what do they feed on, and just as many different things as you can find out about those fish before you even get there. My dream is to be the best in the world, but I'm trying to really soak in just how lucky I am to be traveling around America, country kid from Australia, competing against the best in the world.
Oh,
yeah, I've got him, big one, giant.
Holy cow, that's a good fish, man.
It's a bowfin.
It is a big fish.
It's a big one, but damn.
You can grab that one.
Yeah.
The size of it.
Smoked it.
You want me to grab him for you, mate?
I got him.
You got him?
Yeah, it's a big one, this one.
Bloody monster, mate.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a better way. Oh, you didn't give me that before, did you?
I was trying to.
Oop.
Oh, man, they're powerful. Bowfin, they fight pretty good, but they're so mean. They just eat everything. Crazy looking thing.
I'm going to get a photo of you with that.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, here you are. Come here. All righty, let's get a photo with him. So Carl's a good bloke, but he's starting to get a little bit cocky, He's caught a few fish and I haven't had a bite.
3-0.
What?
3-0.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is one crazy looking thing. Look at the size of it. God, it's a mean looking fish, isn't it? All right, mate, get rid of that.
That 3-0 fish.
No, that doesn't count fish.
You wouldn't want that one biting you, would you?
Couldn't believe the last one.
Oh. They're just
Still yours,
mean.
mate? Yeah, I'll just let you catch those on your own.
They are mean. All right.
So, just so we're clear, it is one bass and one for me to catch to come equal.
Feel sorry for him, pretty much. That's all it is.
Not the first person. So, it's almost the end of the day. Now, Carl's running rings around me. So I've laid down the challenge. Bugger this. If I don't catch a largemouth bass by the end of today, I am going to run around the boat ramp nude.
No, we won't be seeing him do that. He'll catch one. I don't want him to scare all the people at the ramp.
Tell me, are there going to be many girls at the ramp?
Not if you're running nude around it.
I'm starting to regret opening my big mouth and laying down the nudie challenge.
Oh, it's a snakehead. Keep bringing it, keep bringing it. Oh, he's gone. It was a,
Oh, there's snakehead.
snakehead, yeah.
So the day's dragged on a bit for me. I'm running out of time, and I finally get a bite, and I stuff it up, and I miss it. That shows my fishing skill coming through. And I've just gone, oh no, it's nudie time.
Well, it was a pretty tough day. Feel a bit sorry for Al. He's worked so hard. He's fished all day and hasn't stopped casting. And he missed one real good opportunity there. But that's fishing.
That's a nice fish that I didn't catch. This is really rubbing salt in the wound. Not only did not catch anything, I'm now delegated cameraman to take photos of the fish that I didn't catch. Right, let the bastard go then.
Yeah, when you say you're going to do something, you got to hold up your end of the bargain, and that's in fishing and a few different sports called a pants downer. And unfortunately, Al's walked away with losing a bet. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I'm probably not going to be there to see it. I might drive away from this one.
Heading back to the boat ramp, I'm thinking to myself, McGlashan, Why do you open your large mouth? God help America if this goes through. Maybe we should just go and have a beer instead. In the loser buy the first round of drinks, isn't that how it works?
We could accept that.
So, I'm not a big fan of public nudity. This middle-aged bloke, it's not good, and especially an Australian in the US. God help America for that. But you know what? A bet is a bet, and I'll always stand by it, unfortunately for America. You might want to keep your eyes open for the next few minutes.
Thanks, babe.
Mate, thanks for an awesome day.
It was a good day, mate.
I look forward to seeing you next time.
No, it'll be good. Unfortunately for you, a bet's a bet, though. So
Which bet?
The bet, the one you lost.
Radio.
See you, mate.
Yeah, thanks. Fishing with Carl was awesome. But at the end of the day, a bet is a bet. And sadly, I'm going through with it. God help America. Fishing with mates is not just about catching fish, or no fish in my case with Carl, but fishing with someone like that that's so good at what they do, it was really amazing. I learnt so much, and I don't really like bass. I'm like classy in an old age, dirty way. Sexy stud muffin. They've all turned around. They all just turned around and looked the other way. Get out of the boat, you feral! Bloody Aussies turning up everywhere. I tell you what, he might have fear my heart, but I've got fear my farts, because I've been eating American food, I can tell you.
Without sounding really good, pace is good, energy's good. You're fucking ugly, but, you know.
It's unbearable.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.